on Murrow News 8.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Kaylin King.
And I'm Aaron Polavoy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Incidents this semester have been at an all-time high, and one organization on campus has had enough and took action into their own hands. Reporter Devin Truby has been updating you on this story from the start and has the latest on the issue.
Washington State University, the safest campus in the Pac-12, top 50 in safety among universities. But what if I told you there were double-digit forcible rapes in this community around us? This spurred a controversial action by the Panhellenic and Interfraternity Councils. They imposed a moratorium for the final 5 weeks of the semester, canceling all social events to prevent providing a party atmosphere where incidents like this might take place.
Those are the women in our community, and I feel like we're supporting them by taking a stance.
The university is not commenting on the moratorium, but it should be noted that they did not ask the Greek governing board to create this. Interfraternity President Nate Harris received a lot of pushback after the moratorium was announced. Cars were vandalized at his fraternity, Lambda Chi Alpha. However, the Pullman community is in support.
We're pretty late in the semester. Is it going to make a major difference in incidents? No.
Cancellation of social events, phone calls to emergency services, and hospital visits regarding alcohol have been lower. Well, where do you see IFC and Panhellenic going next semester after this moratorium?
I think we will see an improvement on these numbers. Anything more than zero is unacceptable, but universities that have done this, and there's a handful across the country that have pressed pause, developed a plan, and implemented it, have seen incredible success. And so we hope to replicate that here.
3 committees have been formed to create the checklist, and there's also a web page where students can make suggestions on what they'd like to see from the moratorium. For Murrow News 8, I'm Devin Truby.
If you like bowling, last Saturday's fundraiser at Zeppo's was right down your alley. Every lane was filled with those searching for spares and strikes, and all proceeds were donated to the Pullman Regional Hospital. A WSU Sports Management Group hosted the event, and Cougars football and jerseys signed by head coach Mike Leach were raffled off at the event.
The drugs that are made to save our lives are now harming some Americans. Murrow News 8's Calvin Crawford explains why.
More and more Americans are being sent to the emergency room by drugs they thought would keep them healthy. Data from over 42,000 ER visits in 2013 and 2014 was collected by the CDC and showed that reactions to drugs were sending 1 in 250 Americans to the ER during that time. The study, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, also showed that a quarter of those ER visits included patients being hospitalized from such severe drug-related effects. In the same time period as this study, drug complications caused 35% of emergency room visits for adults 65 and up 9 percentage points from the last time patient drug reactions were tracked. The study also showed that antibiotics, blood thinners, and diabetes drugs were the most problematic, accounting for nearly half of the ER visits, leaving the study's authors to urge doctors to be more careful in managing their patients' prescriptions. For Murrow News 8, I'm Calvin Crawford.
The Ohio State University student behind yesterday's campus attack in Columbus is believed to have been inspired by terrorist propaganda from ISIS. Authorities report that Abdul Razak Ali Artan's Facebook posts and an online ISIS magazine fueled his attack. There's currently no evidence that he directly communicated with any terrorist group. This comes after he left 11 injured yesterday before being fatally shot. 3 victims remained hospitalized.
Another passenger airplane crashed earlier this morning in Columbia. Emergency crews are still searching through the wreckage in hopes of finding survivors. Carly Tinsley has the latest on this tragic story.
6th survivor has now been found in the wreckage of the plane that crashed early this morning carrying a Brazilian soccer team. The plane went down just outside the city of Medellin in Colombia and declared emergency before it went down. 75 people have now been confirmed dead.
It's a regrettable situation, and we can confirm the accident of the plane that was carrying the players.
The players on board were from Chapecoense, a team that was from the top flight of Brazilian soccer and on their way to a continental tournament. Officials have been working tirelessly sorting through the wreckage, and they just recently found the black box of the plane. They are hoping answers as to why the plane went down are soon to follow. The team's Twitter changed their logo to black, and tributes from around the world have been pouring in. As a result of this tragedy, Brazil has declared 3 days of mourning. For Murrow News 8, I'm Carly Tinsley.
Well, our first snowfall happened on the Palouse here the other day.
Absolutely. It's definitely time to start bundling up. Coming up after the break, Kyle Simchuk will let us know what we should expect more in the coming days regarding snowfall. Stay tuned. This is Murrow News 8.
The cold has definitely hit us here in the Palouse.
You know, it really has, Kaylin. Now, I'm wondering if we'll be seeing any more snowfall this week. Kyle, do you have any ideas?
Yeah, Aaron, here's an idea for you. Make sure your doors and windows are tightly sealed because the cold weather is coming. Those chilly temperatures are here, and we will be seeing a little more snow this week, possibly. So here's the latest on your forecast around the Palouse. Today's high of 42. Slightly above average, so if you were a little chilly today, just remember we are supposed to be around 38, but right now it's about 33 degrees, so careful walking around those sidewalks. It's about to be freezing. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, a little bit the same temperatures of what we saw today, but we will see maybe a little snow in the morning. Afternoon, expect some clouds, and then towards the evening, a little more clouds, and it actually will clear up, and when that sky goes away, the temperatures do drop into the low freezing temperatures. Taking a look around our state map today, Pullman, you saw 42, Spokane 38, and Wenatchee around in the 40s, and our friends on the western side of the state, Vancouver, you saw 50 degrees, and Seattle partly cloudy with a little break in the sunshine. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, expect maybe some snow on Thursday, possibly some more on Friday. It's going to be kind of off and on, and when that snow comes in, you can also expect some rain, and that might wash away some of the snow, so you can also expect some slush on those roadways. Makes for some dangerous driving. Saturday, partly cloudy, maybe some sun, and moving into the weekend, the winds are going to pick up, and with those winds also comes cooler temperatures, and the real focus as far as temperatures go is look to a little bit towards next week. We might be seeing temperatures in the teens, so certainly getting cooler around here on the Palouse. And that's your latest weather update. Coming up next, Kyla Emmy has some exciting news regarding the WSU volleyball team. Stay with us.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
How's it going? I'm Kyla Emmy here with the biggest stories in sports today. A big shout out to WSU women's volleyball as they were chosen to join the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2009. The Cougars finished 5th in the Pac-12 with a record of 20-11. Their first match is against Marquette on Thursday, with the first serve taking place at 3 p.m.
Head coach Jen Greeny also got an honor this week, being named the Pac-12 Coach of the Year, while Taylor Mims, Kyra Holt, and Casey Shaneline were named to all Pac-12 teams. Peanut butter and jelly are probably the most iconic pair in history, but beer and football aren't close behind. So the company Bud Light is making a big move that proves that the pair truly is inseparable.
If you thought winning a ticket to one NFL game was hitting the jackpot, imagine winning tickets to the Super Bowl for life. Bud Light is going to do that for one lucky NFL fan. The task is simple. You first find a golden Bud Light can. Keep in mind there are only 37,000 being distributed throughout the U.S. Second, snap a photo with a can and post it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or budlight.com with the hashtag SBTixForLife. 6 winners will be picked each week leading up to the big game, and of those 6, one will rise as the ultimate champion during the week of January 16.
The winner will be getting 2 tickets to every Super Bowl for life, starting with Super Bowl 51 that will go down on February 5. I know many of you are still mourning Friday's loss, but it's not the end for the football team this season. The Cougars' overall 8-4 record and second-place finish in the Pac-12 North has deemed them worthy of a bowl game this December. If you like the Heat, you'll be happy to know that the most popular projection is a trip to San Diego for the Holiday Bowl. SB Nation, CBS, and Fox Sports are among the number who are making this projection. If they're correct, the Cougs will be playing in Qualcomm Stadium on December 27 at 4 p.m. That's all for sports, but stick around to find out why the Dakota pipeline protests are causing problems in the courts.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it, I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Oil pipeline protests in North Dakota are proving costly for the court systems. Police have made hundreds of arrests in the past few months, and the state's court system doesn't have enough judges and lawyers to handle the workload. The state will ask a legislator for an additional $1.5 million to cover protest-related costs.
$3.45 billion. That's how much consumers spent during Cyber Monday, setting a new online sales record in the process. Adobe Digital Insights says that this year's online sales jumped 12.1% from last year. Adobe says more consumers are shopping on their smartphones and tablets than ever before. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely guilty for that statistic.
You know, I was about a click away from going to Las Vegas, but here I am.
Here you are. Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
Join us every night at 7 and 10 o'clock, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.